Hello, and welcome to another episode of Nerd Age, where we discuss everything nerdy. My name is Mick, and with me, as always, are my co-hosts, Josh.
What's up?
Corey.
Hello.
Jonah.
Hey, guys.
What's going on? What's going on?
Not much. It's rainy.
Yeah, I guess it just started pouring out.
You guys didn't even know. You weren't even outside.
I know. You guys are
taking your word for it.
You guys came in.
I could see through
with
the window.
your jackets all wet, so we assumed it's raining.
And you did say. So are you a liar?
No, you guys are poachers, though.
Exactly, yeah.
Thing.
Hey,
that's all we have to talk about.
You guys the weather.
Say, yeah.
Corey, please tell us what the weather's like outside.
Dry as a bone.
Dang.
Yeah.
Could have sworn it was raining. Yeah, so how was your guys' week? Do anything fun?
Nothing at all.
No.
Nothing at all?
No. Oh, I mean, we played D&D yesterday, but I was going to let you talk about that.
Yeah, I don't want to poach more from
exactly. I didn't want to step over.
Something we share. You can totally have it.
Yeah. Other than that, nothing.
Yeah. How was it? Was it fun?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
We played a long time.
Yeah, we played a super long time. It was crazy.
2 to 11 or something like that.
Well, and it was because we skipped a whole month, so it had been a really long time since we played, and so it was just good to get in some time and play. That was good. It was fun.
Do you guys try to play like once a week?
No, once a month.
Oh, once a month.
It's so hard to get people together. It's a big time commitment. It's not just come over, have dinner. No, it's like, here, come have lunch and dinner, and let's stay up late.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like basically asking someone to do like a 3-movie like trilogy back to back to back.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Maybe even longer than that. 4 movies back to back to back to back to back. Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Or just the Snyder
Sounds
Cut.
even better.
Or just the Snyder cut.
Just the Snyder
It would
cut.
actually be 2 Snyder cuts. It'd actually be more than that. Yeah. Ain't no thing, bruh. Ain't no thing. But yeah, we played that yesterday. That was super fun. Bree did a good job being our dungeon master, our game master.
Yeah, you had said before that she like has like her whole script that she goes through, and
She has a bunch of notes, for everything.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. What about you, Jonah? What'd you do?
Not much. Just coaching. Nothing too exciting.
Coaching soccer, right?
Yeah, I'm coaching soccer. So
Nice. Do you get a
I'm
whistle?
trying to no, because of COVID, you can't blow whistles.
Can't have a whistle. What if the whistle's inside your mouth?
They have these like digital
muffled.
ones that they press a button and it goes. I'm like,
They should just give you an air horn.
they should, but I've never used a whistle, so I don't like it.
That's how you lose your voice.
That is
You're
how
just
it
yelling.
was. But it's more personal, when you're yelling at somebody instead of like whistling at
So
them.
you can yell. So you can yell, but that's not a problem with COVID.
Hey,
I feel like more spit flies when you
there's
yell.
some weird rules,
Science is crazy, guys.
Science is crazy.
What about you, Mick? What did you do?
Played volleyball
You did.
with you.
That's right. It was raining.
Just a little bit.
Wasn't too bad.
That was fun.
Yeah.
It's getting close to
Oh, what?
quitting time.
No, don't say that.
It's gonna be snowy
I'm
out.
gonna break Bree's heart.
We're gonna try.
Why can't you guys
we're gonna
play
try and play
indoor?
indoor. We're gonna try and play
She only
indoor.
has one thing in her life, and it's that.
Why can't you guys play in the snow? We play soccer in the snow. Why not volleyball?
You could. You miss your slip a lot. Wear cleats, I guess.
That's what I'm
Also,
talking about.
it'd be hard to stake the things in the ground if the ground's frozen.
Need like a drill, like those giant ice drills. Dig into ice.
Bring a big old hammer. Bing, bing.
Just get a heater and heat up the ground a little
Ooh,
beforehand.
That's the easiest option.
I think we'll start.
I think we'll just
inside.
play indoor. I think is what we'll probably do.
All right. Suit yourself.
I'm interested in this ground warming device you're talking about, though. I want to know more about that.
Yes.
Are you going to bring just a lot of boiled water?
No, those,
It becomes ice.
they have like those lamps that just heat.
The heat
a
lamp.
heat
Yeah.
lamp.
You just put it there.
A lot of them, huh?
No, just 10 minutes. One focused on that hole.
Oh, just
You're
the
not,
whole.
you have to
I
go
thought we
in
were
that
drying
much.
out the whole thing.
You have to go in that. No, just so the stakes can go in. So
I
you
think
put
you
the
need
net
to
up.
think bigger. I think we got to dry off the whole
The
cord.
entire court.
That'd be sick.
See, it'd work. But people don't want to try it, so
Do you?
Not really.
Great.
I'm not the volleyball organizer though.
Who is?
Little John
one
over there.
is.
They have
Cool.
the net.
Well, why don't we get into some news?
Sure.
Yeah.
We got some Batman news to start off with. Yesterday was Batman Day, so there's just a few things that was dropped. Matt Reeves dropped a picture of Pattinson as Batman with a grappling gun and kind of him working on the editing, saying that he's working on a trailer or something to drop for fandom. And then Michael Giacchino, who's the composer, kind of dropped a clip of them recording the soundtrack. So it's like a minute clip, but it sounds pretty awesome. But in that vein, just with the Batman news, apparently there's going to be a Batman spinoff for HBO Max that follows kind of the origins of the Penguin, who's played by Colin Farrell in The Batman. So that was kind of announced, dropped, which is kind of interesting because no one's seen the movie yet, but yet there's already the Gotham PD show, which is a spinoff. I think it's a prequel, and then also this Penguin show, which is kind of interesting.
Isn't there another like Gotham PD show that they're doing that's like not connected to?
I don't know.
Or am I thinking of stuff with Commissioner Gordon, the other guy from the Snyderverse? What's his name?
No, he's
J.K.
in.
Simmons.
J.K. Simmons is in the Batgirl movie.
Is it a movie or a show?
Well, it's a movie that's going to HBO Max.
Oh, okay.
So
Straight to DVD.
VHS.
I mean, they haven't given more details about it, but it's a movie that's supposed to be.
Okay.
But yeah, what do you guys think of the Matt Reeves universe that's
I mean, it really shows that I think WB has a lot of faith in this new universe that they're making. The fact that a lot of characters are getting their own show and spin-off stuff seems like they got a lot of faith in it, which that's always a good thing to hear. So,
See, here's the thing. When you have a good director directing Batman in these movies, they give you everything you want. Spin-offs, shows, everything. So, Matt Reeves, he's doing something right, obviously.
He's shaking the right hand. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's shaking the right hands.
Maybe if Matt Reeves takes over the Snyderverse, then we'll actually get a Batman Deathstroke movie. You never know.
I think, like with the Matt Reeves stuff, I think it's good because I think he's a good director and that obviously he's thought about, I mean, these are his ideas that are, like he's building his universe. So that's cool. But on the other hand, like you're saying, it's a good sign. But I'm like, if you go back a few months, I mean, they got the Suicide Squad and they greenlit the Peacemaker HBO Max show. Which I'm not excited for. Like, because after watching the movie, I was like, really? Do I want to watch a show about Peacemaker? Yeah. And they dropped like the first picture of it, and it's Peacemaker in the like conference room with all those characters that we all said were annoying. Like the guy, all the people that work for Waller. So I was like, is it going to just be like those characters and Peacemaker just being idiots, So I don't know. So it's kind of like I'm excited because it's Matt Reeves, but at the same time I'm like I don't even know what WB is really doing with these shows because it's like Peacemaker and then these other shows. It's just kind of interesting. We'll have to wait and see, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, can't really know until then. I guess just based on like the 3 seconds that he's in the Batman trailer, like. If that's what we see more of, that's cool, I guess. But you can't really go off more than that. Corey, what do you think?
Yeah, I just think that it's just, WB is just trying to churn out as much as they can. And I don't see this any differently. I think, maybe they just they shoot more shots. And then that you get more goal, or like hoops. You know what I mean? And then you're like, okay, well, which one hit? Okay, we'll just lean into that one more. But as of right now, they're doing the shotgun approach. Not really aiming. They're just kind of spreading it wide and hopefully it hits. So, hey, who knows? Maybe it'll be awesome. I don't know. But that's the point. I don't care about it specifically. I don't have no, except I like Batman. Like that's as deep as this goes. So we'll see. Whatever.
Have they said anything like specific about the show other than
it was just like that it's in the works.
Penguin show.
Yeah. So that's the other thing too, is like for years WB has announced movies or shows and then years pass and you're like, oh, nothing ever happened with it.
Yeah.
So it could be one of those things. The difference I think with this is that, it seems like Matt Reeves is actually moving forward with a lot of his stuff. Like he's moving forward with his last fandom. They talked about the Gotham PD show that he's working on. Mm-hmm. And so it seems like he's expanding his movie universe into these shows. So it seems like when he was negotiating and he asked for full control, he actually got it. Because all these shows are like, he's working on them. They're his ideas. So he must be making a lot of money.
That's good. Oh, yeah. That's good to hear, though, that he's like involved in all of this stuff. And,
keep the executives away from anything, making any decisions about storytelling with his stuff. Just let him do it.
Yeah, I feel like when the Batman comes out, my opinion is going to be completely different. Because then I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I love what he did. I love the aesthetic of everything. I want to learn more about Commissioner Gordon and the Gotham Police. And I think I saw rumors that the Penguin's not in the movie all that much. So at least that was a rumor that I think I saw. So if you see him and you're like, wow, I really liked, what I saw in the whatever 20 minutes he was in or whatever it is. Yeah. And I'm like, there's going to be a show that shows his origins or whatever, then, it'll be interesting. But until then, I like Batman, so sure.
Yeah, again, it's hard to say.
We should all end our comments with that. Well, I like Batman.
But Batman is cool.
I mean, they're making plans based on a movie that's not even released. So, that's basically how we can go off.
Yeah.
The sad thing is it should have been released
probably next month.
Yeah. Well, October. So that's the sad we have to wait a whole year.
I'm still hoping for March.
I think
they'll announce it at
I think they're going to push it all the way a full year.
I'm going to flip.
No way.
I don't think they do that.
I think the reason they're doing that is because they want. It's like, for example, Shazam. They released Shazam in the summer, and it was a Christmas movie, basically. And so it just felt awkward. And I think what they were going for was being like Halloween, like because it's based off a long Halloween kind of. And so I think they kind of want to release it in that window, fall, so that it fits. I know it doesn't have to, but I'm thinking they're going to push it a whole year.
I hope you're wrong.
Me too. I mean, I like it earlier, but I'm thinking with box office how it's been, it's still hit or miss. I think they might.
Shang-Chi, baby.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is WB's box office has been like Suicide Squad didn't do good,
and Dune's gonna bomb.
Tenet didn't do good. They're trying something new with Dune. And so I just think WB might be like, you know what, let's just wait a full year. It's already done. We can still tease it and get the hype up. But we'll see.
I'm going to be angry. I'm going to be upset.
Yeah.
They already pushed it.
They're pushing you.
They are pushing me. They're pushing me to the edge. And I don't like it. I really don't like it.
And the next thing in news is apparently Joker 2 has been greenlit. There's no real information on it. The stuff that was released apparently still says that same director, that Joaquin Phoenix is coming back. That like they're getting the same people that worked on it. So I'm kind of excited for it because I'm like, yeah, why not? Like if Joaquin Phoenix wants to come back to do another Joker movie. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's going to ruin the first one.
I mean, if
this
the
would be kind of a cool.
Then it won't.
This is the thing.
Wait,
a sequel doesn't ruin the movie that came before.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But a lot of people
that say that it's dumb.
What's the reasoning?
They're saying stuff like, well, the first one was such a like standalone, like it, and the Joker character's like you never know his origins. So if you continue his story, then it's kind of going against what the Joker is. It's a silly argument, but
yeah. I mean, I could see myself being disappointed in the second one, but that doesn't affect how I feel about the first one.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, that'll be interesting to see. I think the only thing that worries me is that I'm pretty sure the director and both Joaquin Phoenix were like, oh, we're just doing one. This is what we envisioned it as. And then it made a bunch of money and they're like, yeah, you know what? I got some great ideas actually. Yeah. So it's like, that to me is the part that worries me more than being like, oh, well, it's anti-Joker or whatever people say. Just the fact that it's like, well, it made a lot of money, so might as well do another one, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a great reason for me.
Well,
at
I think-
least.
Yeah.
I think there were some interviews when Joker came out when they asked, will you do another one? And both the director and Joaquin Phoenix said that they would be open to do another one as long as
Both of them
were back.
Okay.
And so to me, that's why I'm like, okay, there might be, maybe it's obviously the reason they're doing another one is because it made $1 billion on a like $75 million budget.
Got a Best Actor Oscar.
He got to get Best Actor Oscar. The director got Best Director like awards, nominations and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's obviously like it's profitable, so let's do it. But they were even talking about like how the director was talking about how he would like to explore more things or stuff. And they both said
I'm sure
that they would only do it if they were back together. So if they have them both, to me, it's like, I'd be interested to see. Now, the other thing is, could you guys see a possibility that maybe this doesn't work at all, but is there a way they could tie this in to like a bigger universe?
Like Pattinson's Batman?
Like, yes. Like maybe they're like, oh, this, because it does take place in the past, right?
Yeah.
Like in the late 70s.
And so to the element of like, what if there was a reveal, not in this next one, but like, say Matt Reeves is doing Batman 3 or something, or 2, and then
years from now.
all of a sudden Joaquin Phoenix shows up, and to have that connection, I think that would be kind of cool. But at the same time, it's like, that you can have as many Jokers as you want and as many Batmans as you want. That doesn't always have to be connected.
I feel like the timing, well, because do we know when the Batman takes place? It's supposed to take place kind of 90s-ish.
No, it's
or
like,
is it present
It's
day?
like present time.
Oh,
like
really?
there's people with like iPhones and stuff in that movie.
Oh, okay.
I think it's just people were saying it was 90s
the
because of the aesthetic of
Yeah.
it. But I think they were going for that look for Gotham, like an older look.
Okay.
I mean, you can fudge that kind of stuff anyways to be like, oh yeah, this was done in the 70s and this was done in the, that's why the age gap.
That's what we
works,
call a loophole, Jonah.
but, hey, loopholes are all good.
Oh,
right?
yeah? We're just going to laugh it off now.
Yeah. Hey, as long as they make a
now
joke,
it's fine.
as long as they make a joke about it, then people should be okay with it, right?
apparently.
Joker's going to say something like, I'm getting too old for this.
Yeah. And then it was like,
I feel like I've been here before.
So you guys have heard the like theory that Arthur Fleck Joker like isn't the real Joker.
He
like he
inspired
inspires
the other
Do you guys buy into that at all, or do you?
Nah.
Is that interesting to you?
I mean, I could see.
I mean, there's
them-
wasn't there an episode of one of the animated ones where there's a bunch of Jokers, like a bunch of actors, like they were acting like Joker.
Well, in Batman Beyond, there's the gangs that are Jokers.
but I mean, even the movie, like you have the Jokers he does inspire a bunch of people to put on masks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like, I guess you can follow that. But to me, it's like, yeah, he inspired crazy people, but I'm like, but he's the Joker. Like even how he puts the smile and all that kind of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
to me, it's
And
like, no, that's a joke.
Well, it seems weird too to like go into so much detail and backstory of this guy, and then he's not
Yeah, he's not the real
quote
one.
unquote real Joker.
He's just an actor.
Do you think the real reason why people are afraid of clowns is because of the Joker, or do you think that just is a convenient
I
coincidence?
don't think it's the joke. I think it's more it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's clowns in general.
'Cause they're-
I don't know if it's because of it or Joker. I just think most people find clowns creepy.
So it's just all
Well, wasn't there?
Convenient.
Who was the,
What was the serial killer?
right?
Yeah.
What was his name? Like back in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
Some serial
Bozo
killer.
the clown.
No, but something close to that. I think there was even a documentary recently released about it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, clowns just in general are creepy.
Yeah, I don't like clowns.
but you love the Joker.
But
I
Joker's
do.
cool.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next thing is Christopher Nolan's next movie. Apparently, he's been unhappy with Warner Brothers, which is no surprise because Warner Brothers is a bunch of idiots. But so apparently he just went to
We're not
another.
going to get any sponsorship deals.
He
that
went
way,
to
Jonah.
another studio, which is Universal, for his next movie, which is like a movie about the guy that made the atomic bomb. That's basically all people know about it. So
It's another historic film.
yes. So apparently he went with Universal. He wanted, I think, $200 million budget. He wanted, I think, obviously full control of whatever, and also he wanted to be control over how it was released.
Right.
So theatrical versus streaming.
This is the thing. His big deal is like, oh, you can't release my films on streaming. That's stupid. That's like his big. That was like the
'cause you gotta
last
watch
straw
them.
for
You gotta
WB.
watch them in
The way he intended you to
theaters.
watch.
Yes. And I don't know if it. I think there's more. Again,
Get at it. Get out of here.
I think part of it is the streaming thing. I think that's a big part. But I think another part is he's good friends with Zack Snyder, and he didn't like how they've treated him, and so he was upset with that kind of stuff. And so he's like, if you guys are going to do this, I'm going to go to another studio. I think
That's
that also
speculation, Your
contributed.
Honor.
Well, it is speculation, but just in some of his quotes and stuff he said, it's not that hard to see that he would do something like that.
What do you say?
He just talked about how...
I hate you guys.
No, he
And I
made
love
comments
Zack
about
Snyder.
how...
Don't touch my friend.
he said he made comments about how the studio has treated longtime partners in recent years. And the longest time partners of WB have been Zack Snyder.
Really?
And yeah, Zack Snyder's done all his movies with WB. And so he's made comments about how they've treated their partners. So I just think when Zack Snyder went to Netflix and that kind of stuff, I think kind of rubbed him the wrong way that how stuff has been going on.
Did you guys see the guy that modded a Game Boy Advance to play Tenet on the screen? And he's like, finally watching it how Christopher Nolan intended it on a Game Boy Advance screen.
It's crazy.
It's perfect.
It's pretty...
Listen, I understand, like, the problem that I have a little bit is, like, it feels a little narcissistic to me. Like, to be like, I created this masterpiece and you need to watch it the way I intended it to. It's like, hey, I'm going to watch it on a plane probably one of these days. You know what I mean?
No, so here's the thing. I think it's a little different.
I get that.
So, for example, like, say Corey designs, like, something,
Okay.
right? So Corey designs a logo.
You get dragged into this.
Oh, okay.
Corey designs a logo. No, I'm just thinking for, like, an artist perspective.
Yeah, no.
Corey designs a logo, and he makes it with certain specifications in mind. Like, this is what it, like, the size of it, everything. And then I put it on, and I have it, like, cropped a certain way so that it's not how he intended it. I think he would be like, hey, that's not how I made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gave you the exact size, the exact specifications for what it should be used for. And I think that's just maybe a small example, but I think when
It
you're
doesn't
doing...
track, though, because you're still watching the movie. You're still watching it. I'm just not watching it on a big screen.
No,
And
it's,
to that-
it's big
is-
screen, big sound. It's the experience of other people getting to and talking after and that kind of stuff.
I get
think
that, but
that's when you're making movies. That's for the reason.
But am I going to put the DVD in or, fire it up on HBO Max and Christopher Nolan's going to kick my door down and be like,
No,
hey,
but
get
he's
to
not
the
doing
theater.
that. But he wants people to see it and be immersed in the whole experience. He spends years.
Yeah.
His years of his life away from his family, going to sighting locations, scouting locations, doing all this stuff, editing for hours, doing stuff with sound, meticulous things that he doesn't want people to just go and pirate it or watch it on
Well, they're not
an
pirating
iPad.
it.
Well, I'm just saying, watching it on an iPad or on a TV screen when he's like, I've spent 4 to 5 years of my life on this thing, and I want you to watch it the best way possible. I don't think that's wrong.
I tend to agree with that, but at the same time, it's like he's also not going to be like upset that people are buying his Blu-rays and DVDs.
No, but
it's like
he's never
I
said he's
understand
upset
that-
about that.
Well, yeah,
This
but
is-
like,
yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, initially, and I love watching movies in theaters. I think that's the best way to watch a movie, especially for the first time. But eventually, those movies will be off of theaters and they will be for home release. And
it's not like WB was like, we're not releasing any of your movies in theaters. It's like, hey, we're releasing them in theaters. People can go experience it the way that you meant it. But hey, there's a global pandemic going on. We're also going to put them on streaming. So the fact that you're like, kind of like, that was the last straw. I'm going to go to Universal.
Well, it wasn't just because of that. It's because they made the announcement without talking to the directors about it. And that's why Denis Villeneuve was upset, and that's why several Patty Jenkins was upset, is because they made the decision and announced that, hey, all this whole year, all these movies are going directly to streaming, and they didn't talk to let the directors know. So I think that's more of the issue, is that they were like, hey, we didn't have any say in this.
Yeah.
And I understand that. Yes, there's a global pandemic and stuff like that, but I think one of the biggest problems WB has had is that they've kind of severed ties with the way they've made decisions with their artists or the people that have worked with them. And I think that's understandable for people to get upset about that, because it's like, if you make a decision and then you don't tell anybody you made that decision, just announce it, and they hear it from the internet, hey, we're going directly to HBO Max, I can see that's a valid thing to get upset about and be like, why wasn't this discussed with us?
Yeah, that's a different issue, though. I'm just talking based on the fact of you got to watch it on the big screen. You know what I mean? I'm like,
here's an example. So if you go, like, I can go back and even think of Interstellar, right? And thinking about watching that movie in theaters and hearing the soundtrack, the organ going on, and that scene, the scenes that they had, that's something that's completely different and sticks with me, as opposed to sitting down and when I rewatch it, it's like, it's not the same. Obviously, it's the first time you watch it, but that stuff makes an impression, I think.
But you have the opportunity to go experience Christopher Nolan's movies in theaters. We drove to Idaho to watch Tenet.
Right, but he's talking about he wants the more people, the better to do it. That's what he's intending it, because he knows if it's on streaming and in the movie theaters, big fans of Nolan like us will go watch it. Casual fans are just going to watch it here. He wants to get the most people to experience the thing, and I don't think that's wrong as an artist. It's the same thing if I'm making music, and like, obviously I'm not on any level close to anything, but I would want people to listen to my song, right, the way I want them to, like on good speakers, headphones, as opposed to listening to it on their cell phone. You can't get bass stuff, so much stuff you miss. That I want people to hear the best rendition of my work, because I want them to not go away being like, that I didn't like it, because they didn't hear it properly. Does that make sense?
Is this kind of the gray area, though, when it comes to art? Like, the way that it's perceived is, that's up to the viewer. Like, yes, maybe the artist intended it this way, but I guess that's like the cool thing about art is,
you're talking about interpretation.
Sure, but it's also viewing it in a way that you want to view it.
But I think,
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Well, like Corey's saying, the difference is interpretation versus how I want to present it. Does that make sense? Like, I want to present.
So let me just talk real quick. Okay. So, who is it? Christopher Nolan? Yeah. Okay. So
Michelangelo.
So he's basically saying, I want to control the circumstance, right? And I have the power to do that. If they're not going to be able to watch it from home, they have to come and watch it at the theater, which has a higher likelihood of having a higher quality watching experience. Now, the gray area there is that, well, technically, I think that a lot of people have better circumstances at their house where they could watch it. Okay, so that's a debate on that. But you're right. Then people have phones where they watch them on phones. So for him, he's just saying, hey, I want the best experience for the most people, and that is the theater. I don't think it's wrong for him to do that. No way. But I think it is interesting because, well, then you're trying to control people on how they want to watch things. And it's like, well, they should have choice in a day and age of digital day and age as it is right now. So I don't know. I don't think it's good or bad. I just think it's a preference thing.
I think if Christopher Nolan really cares so much, he should open his own movie theaters where they just play Christopher Nolan movies at his specifications. That's what I'm saying.
Take my money.
I can't watch Interstellar in the theater anymore. Is Christopher Nolan shedding a tear because of that?
And here's I gotta watch it at home. Yeah. It's not like Nolan saying...
My dog's barking.
It's not like Nolan saying never put it on, never watch it at home. He's saying
just at first.
When the premiere of this, I want 2 months or 3 months of you watch the experience of movie theaters. After that, watch it however you want. But I want, when I'm premiering a movie that I've worked 5 to 6 years on, this is how I want people to experience it. After that, do whatever you want. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that, to say, hey, I want my movie to be filmed, because especially with Nolan, he does stuff that's incredible. Just with, if you look at the stuff that he did with Dunkirk and like how he filmed that with the storm coming in and getting all the boats in there and filming with IMAX cameras, all that kind of stuff is a lot of work and it's a lot of effort. I feel like when you put that much into
I think he's
your
compensated.
movies and your art, I think it's okay to be like, yeah, we put so much in this because this is how we want you to watch it. And so just give us the first 2 months in theaters, watch it. Once it's out of theaters, watch it however you want. To me, that's not a problem to me.
I didn't say it was a problem.
Yeah,
I just said he sounded a little
I don't
stick
think
up his butt a little bit.
I don't think so.
That's all right.
It's the whole him priding himself on being an artist, and you must watch it the way I intended you to. Yes. Versus, well, it's a product that's entertainment, and it makes sales, and you make money, right? Yeah. So you need to make money. Versus, I'm an artist. I don't care if only one person watches. I want the best experience. You know. No. Well, there's a balance there, right? So is that finding balance? I don't know. I think that asking what was it? You said 2 weeks of watching in person, and then they can watch online.
He said 2 months.
Yeah, I think
that's how long a movie usually stays in theaters, right? 2 to 3 months.
Yeah, I think it's
times have changed.
I think I think times are changing, and I think that maybe like 2 weeks. That sounds good to me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That sounds like an incredibly
or if Christopher Nolan wants
small amount of time.
Yeah.
Wants to buy everyone a movie theater in their house, set it up, then I think you can't complain about how people watch movies. Everyone still has the opportunity to go watch in theaters.
Especially when the mass majority is saying, I want to watch it in the comfort of my home. And it's like,
is the mass majority though?
Well, you guys are scared for it to go to home because the majority would watch it at home.
But what?
Because
I think so.
Yeah. Well, we were seeing it like in this year.
Was that just because people were forced to?
People still have the opportunity to go to watch movies.
But a lot of theaters were closed. Like they didn't have a choice.
During Tenet, yes. But I think as stuff is happening recently, like you look at the Suicide Squad, which lost a lot of money. I don't blame that on the pandemic. I just blame that more on people not interested in it. But you are seeing like Black Widow really didn't make a ton of money compared to what Marvel movies do make. Even Shang-Chi, it made decent amount opening weekend, but it had the big drop off that Marvel movies normally don't have, like it's not going to get, Marvel movies usually make, 600 to $1 billion, right? It's kind of like that. And their movies aren't getting there.
Yeah. I guess I just wonder how much it's people would rather see a movie first time streaming, or is it because people just are still scared to go out?
My point is that it shouldn't be your choice. It should be their choice. I'm more about free choice.
So you're Nolan.
No, he's saying
consumers should have the choice.
Consumers. Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Christopher Nolan's a real
well, now Nolan's not going to sponsor us. Thanks a lot, jerk.
Well, you ruined
we lost WB and now we lost Nolan.
One's way bigger than the other.
That's all right. Our microphones are crappy. The sound's not great. He's disappointed us anyway.
I'd rather have Nolan than WB, honestly. Anyway,
not me, WB. Please sign me. I will take your millions of dollars. Thank you.
You had the Howard Shore stuff, right, Jupe?
Yeah. Well, wait a
I'm sorry.
What is going on with you, man?
Okay.
Jeez.
So it's rumored, but mostly confirmed as far as like pretty much everyone's saying it now. But that Howard Shore is coming back to score the Amazon Prime Lord of the Rings show. And also Bear McCreary is also signed on.
What has he done?
Bear McCreary he's done Walking Dead. He's done a lot of shows. He did Godzilla King of Monsters. He's the God of War composer. Yeah.
He's the God of War.
He is the God of War. So they're saying they're really not sure what the breakout of duties is going to be or whatever. Duties, yeah. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see, especially like can Howard Shore bring in the leitmotif from the Lord of the Rings movies? Like there's like a Galadriel theme, like everything has a theme basically in Lord of the Rings.
So like a Lothlorien, a Rivendell.
So can he bring those in? Like there's a bunch of questions, but I think it's a good good news, at least for the show, to have at least Howard Shore to come back in some capacity.
I mean, give it to the guy that has proven throughout 6 movies that he knows what he's doing with the music.
Well, and he's a Tolkien and Lord of the Rings nut.
Oh yeah,
like he's absolutely crazy.
Well, just hearing about how like his process was with the Lord of the Rings, how unlike any other scoring for any other movie, it was like, he was there for like the entire process.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, and even the aspects of like when you go in and analyze that podcast we listened to, the soundtrack show where they talk about, the ring motif has the 9 and the Nazgul and all that kind of stuff. It's like all the notes fit and it's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. And Bear McCreary's he's a good composer. I think he's from Seattle actually. But he's a cool guy. And he did Black Sails too, so I'm wondering if maybe you'll get some Numenorian, like kind of pirate-ish themes since they're...
Oh, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Did you guys watch Black Sails?
Wait.
Actually...
Is it Assassin's Creed or...
Well, he's worked on Assassin's Creed 2. Not 2, but like as well.
What's the pirate Assassin's Creed game? Is it Black Sails?
Oh my gosh, there's a TV show called Black Sails. I thought you were talking about that. I was like,
no, I'm pretty sure that's
what it is?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
But he's also done, I can't remember what Assassin's Creed game he did as well.
okay.
I just confused everybody.
Yeah, I was ultra confused.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, I love the God of War stuff. I mean, that's great. I wonder if though, like, since he did The Walking Dead, if he'll have more input with TV show format, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming, like, because he has a lot of experience with TV shows, so I think it makes sense to bring someone in that's used to.
For sure.
Because it's completely different than composing for even like a 3-hour movie. Yeah. Like, you got to compose for 10 1-hour shows.
Yeah, hopefully, I mean, this is, great news. Hopefully, because they said that there's some returning characters, whether they be like tertiary characters, right?
So Galadriel's in
Galadriel and
Elrond.
Yeah. So that'd be cool Possibly. If he could tie in some old stuff into new stuff and have this nice melding of, the new guard and stuff like that. That'd be really cool. That'd be sweet. Yeah. We'll see.
That show comes out next September, right?
Yep.
So around the time the Batman
way after Batman comes out.
Dude, all this stuff is going to take way long to come out.
Oh. Yeah. It sucks.
Oh, well. I think that's it for the news.
A couple more things.
Oh, wow.
I do that every time.
Did you guys see the stuff with all the leaked Spider-Man stuff with Andrew McGuire?
Garfield.
What's his name?
Garfield.
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, the fake stuff.
The fake stuff, maybe?
The guy that did it came out yesterday and said, like, made a video of how he did it.
A lot of people, though, are saying that he just, like, reverse engineered the stuff. Like, the people from Corridor, I think, talked about it, and they think it's not real.
I heard that Kevin Feige leaked it because he doesn't want the movie to do good.
Well, and Andrew Garfield was on Jimmy Fallon, sorry. Yeah, big difference. And I don't know, did you guys see the clip?
Mm-mm.
He asked him about it, and of course they didn't have the photo, so it wasn't really specifically shown what they were talking about. They just said there's a photo going out there of you, and Andrew Garfield kind of laughs it off at first, and then he's like, oh no, I know what photo you're talking about. It's photoshopped. And like, that's all he says, but it's like,
he's obviously in the movie.
We know that he's in the movie, but to me, that was just kind of a way to like, oh yeah, I'm still not in the movie.
The reason the proof that tells me that it's not real is if it was real, that Sony and Disney would have already put a copyright thing on it. They do that with all their stuff. Whenever there's leaks like that, they take it down. And they've left it up because it's the guy even that made the video was like, this is how I did it. And it's like, this is how I fooled the whole internet. He has a video that's going out there.
I don't believe it.
And so
I think
I'm like,
Sony put out that video.
no, and
They're trying to cover up.
I just think if it was real, it would have been taken down, and it hasn't been taken down. It's been up there, and everyone
would have shown that it
shares
was
it.
real.
But they've done that with other things. So to me, and the fact that when the trailer leaked, it was like a really bad video. This is like 4K, like quality. You know what I'm saying?
The clip of him?
The clip of him
Yeah.
and him talking. It's like, I'm like, there's no way something that good would have leaked. Leaks are always like a guy with a cell phone doing stuff like that, as opposed to
I don't think it was like a videoing of a screen. I think it was like the actual copy of
A screen capture.
Yeah,
was like
but
the
that's what
behind
I'm
the
saying.
scenes stuff.
It's, to me, that's insane that would leak, because it's actually someone filming.
I think it
that.
I think it looks too real for it to be fake. I don't think
Deepfakes are kind of crazy.
I think you can generally tell a deep fake.
I didn't see
I
it.
don't see it either. I have no idea what you guys are. It's a video?
It's a video of him in the Spider-Man suit, and he's talking, and there's no audio to it.
Yeah, there's not.
But everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, it leaked!" And it hasn't been taken down. It's been out for like 2 weeks. It's really high quality. And then, like I said, a guy recently put out a YouTube video saying, "This is how I did it," and he's like, "This is how I fooled the whole internet." After Garfield denied it was
It's a
him.
video?
yeah.
Okay.
Corey's looking at it right now.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, you guys are good.
Yeah, I mean there's too many I just think there's too many details in the shot for it to be fake. You can see his breathing, you can see his neck moving. If it's just a deep fake, I feel like that's a lot harder to do. It just looks too real. I'm buying into it.
Well, did you see? Why am I blanking on Venom's name?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy was wearing a
Yeah, he's
Spider-Man
wearing
hat,
a No Way Home hat.
No Way Home hat, and everyone's like, that's interesting.
Which I guess that's the hat that only the casting
You're
crew
right, yeah.
got.
Show me the actual.
That post was deleted, wasn't it?
I think it was.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, the Venom just had a fan screening a couple days ago, and some guy took a video of Tom Hardy like talking to the crowd, saying like, "Now, the end credit scene, I don't know what it is, but he's like, please like
Keep it a secret.
keep it a
spoil it.
secret because I'm assuming it has something to do with connecting with Spider-Man in some
Yeah.
way."
Which, honestly, I think I'd be fine with. Like, I want Spider-Man to be more Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I think I've said this before, but like, the first Spider-Man movie is Spider-Man and Iron Man. And I'm like...
And his suit is now mini Iron Man.
I wish it was more of a Spider-Man story and not a, hey, Spider-Man, and I'm obsessed with Tony Stark, he's my father figure kind of a thing. Like, anyway, so...
Sony was interesting and funny how they did this, because they show it to fans. They didn't show it to critics, right? They did a fan screening, and they said, don't talk about it, don't spoil it. And then it got spoiled. But then immediately what they did is they release a poster of Venom doing this, and it says, it says, no, don't spoil it, right? So I'm like, they're using the end credit scene to get people to go watch the movie, which is smart. But some people have leaked it.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean...
Hey,
'Cause it's
The
a-
person you hate, Grace Randolph,
No, oh my gosh.
leaked it, so a lot of
She
people are
leaked
upset.
it?
She said like, "Oh, someone told me what it is," and she like made comments, and so people are like, "Well, we know exactly what you're talking about."
We're not going to get her to sponsor us now.
But here's the rumor, though, which I like this rumor a lot better. That they're saying the rumor is that Venom will not face up against Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but actually Andrew Garfield's going to come back, and he's going to be the Sony Spider-Man with how they're doing the multiverse.
That would actually be
They're
pretty
doing
sweet.
in No Way Home. They're going to do something where Andrew Garfield Venom gets sucked into Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man thing or whatever, and that's going to be the thing that Andrew Garfield is going to take on, which I would be okay with because I love Andrew Garfield. And Tom Holland to me is like Iron Spider. He's like a mini Iron Man. He doesn't feel like Spider-Man to me. So if that's the case, I'm excited for that. But it's interesting. I think Sony's they knew it was going to get leaked, and they're using that to be as getting people excited. Because I've seen way more people excited over the end credit scene than they are about the movie, which is kind of interesting that they're kind of using that as a way to get people excited. Promotion.
Yeah.
After seeing the video, what do you think, Corey?
What's your expert
It's
opinion?
real.
What do you mean?
What you said.
You agree with me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think it's real.
Plus, you have to have like, there has to be that like body picture of Spider-Man's body somewhere on the internet, and it's not. You can't find it.
Mick looked.
I
He
looked.
scoured the internet.
It's
The dark
everything
web.
looks too real.
Yes.
And the facial expressions don't look robotic, where there's like weird little things with mouths.
Yep.
You'd have to be a god to do the mouth perfectly.
Yeah. And there's
That
always
looked
like some
perfect.
type of eye jitter or
Yes.
something.
So what about the fact that they've left it up and they haven't copyright infringed it?
I think
Or
this
claimed
is
it?
their way of trying to dissuade people. Is that the right word? Make people think it's not
Persuade?
real.
Oh, dissuade. Okay. I don't know. I mean, he's got a video explaining how he deep faked it, so maybe they're banking on people buying it.
I wouldn't be surprised if Sony made that video. I'm seriously, man.
It comes from a guy that's done that kind of stuff.
Maybe he works for Sony. Sony
So to me, it's
bought
like
him out.
I just think it's weird that they've, with everything else, they've always put, even if it's a slight thing, it's always been like, oh, you can't share that because it's copyright, and they just take it off of the internet. And this one's allowed to be up, and people make videos over and over again, and it's just kind of like,
Yeah, no, I get that.
it's there.
Yeah.
That seems a little weird to me.
It is weird.
I will say this:
weird.
if it's not real, then yeah, he should have a lot of job offers in the
Yeah,
in the
like I
inbox.
mean, it looks.
Hey, well,
real.
that's like the guy that did the deep fake Luke, and then Lucasfilm hired him because he did it better than they did. So who knows?
Which
We'll
guy?
talk about that later.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have something else? You said, wait, there's
Oh yeah.
two.
There's more.
No,
Well, he said the Spider-Man thing and the Venom thing.
that might have been it.
Ba-dum.
What do you guys think about Venom being an hour 30? It's kind of short, right?
Yeah, that's how the first one was.
Dude, I think the type of
First one
movie
was
that
like
it's
2
gonna
hours.
be.
I don't.
I think we did this last time.
Didn't we? I think
did
we
this
talked
last
about
time.
this. I think we
Yeah.
talked about this.
With credits,
We
it's
looked it
like
up.
one. It's like 140,
Yeah.
and then with credits, it's like so. It's around the same ballpark
Like an hour 50.
because Spider-Man is 130 without
Groundhog Day
credits.
over here.
So with credits, it'll probably be like 145.
Does that come out October
First? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't
I was
it
going to
gonna
see it on that Thursday night if you guys wanted to watch it.
I was gonna stream it at home.
my
Hey, it's not
preferred
Nolan.
way.
You can't do it.
Pirate it.
I'm getting a pirated version.
Just kidding, Sony. Sponsor us.
Yeah, don't lose our Sony
Yeah,
sponsorship.
Sony-
We're losing every
Sony's good.
sponsorship possible now.
He started.
Thursday night? Sure.
Is it this
I'll have,
Thursday
to, I'll
night?
have to run it
Next
by
year.
my wife, Crystal.
Next.
I have to run it by my wife.
Hey, Crystal, can I watch
Melissa.
Venom Thursday night? Mick?
I can't watch it.
Leave a review and
why not?
reply.
Yeah, there you go. That's how we get comments. Just make our wives respond to us. Nice.
You can't watch it, Corey?
I mean, I can. It's just I've got other things going on, guys.
That Thursday night?
I'm a busy
Are
guy.
you busy that Thursday night?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
You've looked October 1st. You're busy.
I know what I do every Tuesday and Thursday of every week.
What are you
Raiden.
You raid.
Rating. Yeah. Oh, I should have said that in the what have you been up to? We started doing that this week, but anyway.
Save it for next week.
Panty raids? I'm not even going to say it. Hey, man.
Hey, did you know?
Why are you saying stuff like that?
That's
man?
just Tuesday and Thursday. I just World of Warcraft.
Do
Okay.
you know the SpongeBob episode where they go on the panty raid?
Yeah.
They just canceled.
Oh, it got
they don't
canceled?
They don't show that episode anymore. How'd you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Oh, yeah, he is like debauchery or something.
Did you guys see that Smash Bros. Knockoff
Yeah,
version of
the Nickelodeon
the
one.
Nickelodeon one? Yeah.
I watched Sandy Cheeks' moveset.
Yeah, dude.
It's just a Smash clone.
Yeah, it is.
Wait, there's this
Yeah.
Smash Bros.
Yeah, man.
It's it's just Smash Bros. But with Nickelodeon characters.
Yeah.
So Ren and Stimpy are in it.
Hey Arnold
the
in it?
the Thornberries. I don't know if Hey Arnold's in it, but they haven't announced the whole roster.
Are they in it?
They haven't announced them either. It's It's
I mean,
Patrick.
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob
Ask another
characters.
one.
Name another one.
Rugrats.
They haven't announced it, man. Oh, that'd be sick. Rugrats?
Drake and Josh.
Like the dudes? The real guys?
iCarly.
Deepfake.
Corey in the house? Is that
That's
Nickelodeon?
Disney Channel.
Ah, dang it.
That's so Raven. Yeah, but isn't Corey in the House was a spin-off of That's So Raven, right?
And it was
Was it?
Well, I don't know if it
Wasn't
was
he-
a spin-off,
it's
but
the
it was the
same
same
actor.
character. Same
Wait,
kid.
Oh, no, I don't think it was.
It wasn't a spin-off. It wasn't
No,
the
it
same
wasn't a
character.
spin-off. Because he had different dad.
You think that any show or movie that has the same actor is a spin-off?
Yeah. I mean, why not?
Yeah,
Wow.
Toy Story is a spinoff of Tim Toolman Taylor, right?
Someone
That's
should
right.
do that. Yeah, just make a huge map of just like a tree.
All these
of
spin-offs.
all the actors and all the spin-offs, yeah, and how they all connect. Yeah.
That would be a giant tree.
It would be a big spin-off, a lot of spin-offs.
Especially if you like do it for Christopher Lee. Jeez, he was in like over like 230 movies or something.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Sheesh. What is it? That's
Okay, what is that?
It's just what the
Fortnite,
kids
bro. That's what
do.
the kids do
Fortnite.
these days.
Never mind, I don't want to.
Fortnite.
Ice
Sorry, I
veins.
asked.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Shout out to Alyssa and Aiden and Ethan and Jason. They hate it when I do that. Where's the shout out button?
Oh,
No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
Which one?
Bang, 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 bang. Got you.
Oh,
got
yeah.
you, dog. Don't
I almost
worry
said the Imperial alert. I don't think I have it on there. He didn't put it on there.
I was there last
Was
week.
last week?
Yeah.
All right, I think that's going to do it for the news, guys.
No, wait. I got
Moving
one more
on.
thing. I've got one more thing. Diablo 2, the re-release comes out next week. There you go.
Let's go.
Last piece of news.
I wish it was co-op,
What do you mean? It is.
No,
not local co-op like Diablo 3 is.
Oh.
I was going to get it, and then I was like,
Because it
no,
didn't. It
I
wasn't
can't
that
play with
way
Melissa.
originally, that's why.
Yeah,
I know,
so
but
Hashtag no changes.
hashtag suck it
hashtag
up,
gamers
nerds.
suck.
Hashtag no changes.
What's it releasing on?
Everything.
PC and then all the consoles.
Oh, they're releasing it on the consoles? It wasn't released on the consoles originally. Hashtag no changes.
Hashtag no changes.
Hashtag hypocrites.
Hashtag no ports. I don't think they should release it on console either. I'm with you there, brother. Y'all don't deserve it.
Anyway.
It's fun to play on the Switch, though. Diablo 3 is fun on the Switch.
It's better on the Switch.
Why is it?
Well,
better?
not the Switch, sorry. But like on consoles, it's better on the consoles.
Than
It
PC?
feels very natural on the
Isn't
consoles.
Diablo like a overhead? Kind
Yeah. Top down, isometric. Yep. It's
I never played
it's
Diablo.
super good. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, Diablo 3 is fun.
But anyway,
Yeah.
Well, that'll do it for the news.
Yeah, that's a
anything else? Okay.
one more
okay.
cool. So moving on to I guess what if? Talk about what if episode.
Yeah, I guess so.
Go for it. I didn't get a chance to watch
We got
it.
some bad, maybe depressing
Yeah,
news
no
for some.
spoilers.
Jonah and Josh let us down a bit.
Yeah.
They didn't watch it. Oh, that'd be a good sound effect.
No, you did it too well. We don't need it.
Yeah, just clip that and play it next time. So we'll have to do a non-spoiler, not very in-depth review on it. But Mick, how'd you like it? What'd you think of it?
I liked it. Depressing. It was kind of sad.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little
yeah,
sad.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool, though.
Oh, so I'm gonna
it
like
was
this.
cool.
But it
is
was.
sad.
How many characters died?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the favorite characters die.
Yeah.
Good.
Lots of crying. Yeah, you're right. It was kind of sad.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool, but it was, yeah, you get a little sad because you get attached to some characters and, you know, some things don't turn out the right ways that they were because this is an alternate reality.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of the characters, you see them in a new light and it's like, wow, okay, interesting. So I actually did like this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that it was an interesting take. I think it's something that we kind of could generally have anticipated happening just from the original trailer of like just the preview of all the little shots of everything that was happening. And so with this one, I think everything made sense but it was cool. I think you'll like it. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jonah, you'll like it. But it was cool. like a lot of these episodes, they're continuing on. They're most on like 100% going to have continuations of it.
That's what it feels like. The premise, not spoiling anything, but the premise is, what if Eric Killmonger saves Iron Man from his initial shrapnel wound, like in the first Iron Man
instead of getting taken.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So very cool, very cool. Cool action, interesting tech.
Yeah, it was cool seeing some of the stuff
I will say, I want to go into it a little bit because I was a little critical of a scene that happened with some tech and with that character you talked about.
Yeah.
Some things I don't think the character would have made that choice in like the movies version, like even pre like things going on. But yeah, it was good though. It was good. It was definitely at least entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whenever the next version of it comes out, that'll be a fun watch, and hopefully you guys can watch it this next week. Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Aren't they having a week? Aren't they having a break or something like that? Or are they releasing more? No, I just saw some like trailer or like a midpoint.
I think that was just like
preview or
the
something like
second
that.
half of it was a trailer for the second.
Oh,
half,
that's what it
so,
was. Yeah.
So is this episode what, 7?
I think this was. Let me see.
Okay, cool.
Because I
This is
guess
episode 6.
okay, so I guess that means there's 12 of them.
Oh man, there's
Again, I don't know if IMDb is correct, but it says
they're
there's
short.
it says there's season 1 and 2.
Hey, DC, release something. Come on, DC.
No, I'm
release something.
Visions comes out next week, so I'm excited for that.
But it says there's 9 episodes in each season, so
Oh,
18
interesting.
episodes.
Don't make me
total.
cry.
It's like they got Bad Batch ended, and then they're like, "Oh, what if?" And I'm like, I'm just not interested in what if.
So
Sorry for
it
me.
says the next episode will be out this week. So
Okay. So no break. Okay.
It's a chore for me to watch.
I'm sorry. What do you watch usually? Just reruns
Bluey.
of old stuff.
I'm
go ahead.
Bluey. Bluey's a great show, by the way. Maya loves it. We're watching C right now, which is the Jason Momoa
CD's
Apple.
Got him.
Let's go, bro.
Jason Momoa,
Is that
the Apple Plus
Dave Bautista
show.
Yeah.
Are you watching Dragon?
Is this another?
Dragon? No, these nuts. Or
On your face, exactly. Dang it!
So watching C.
I should have waited.
Watching the what's it called? Only Murders in the Building,
Yeah, we're watching
which
that
is
too.
the Steve Martin,
Oh, Steve Martin.
Selena
It's
Gomez.
pretty good, actually.
And why can't I think?
What
of
is
his
it
other-
on?
Martin Short.
Martin Short. Hulu.
It's on Hulu.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna. Hey,
man, how
I'm
many
watching it too.
subscription services you guys got?
All of them, bro.
Jeez.
Hey, Hulu, we get it for free. HBO Max. Hey, by the way, I just canceled. I think you guys have my HBO Max, right?
Dude, you
Also?
canceled it?
I canceled it because
Yeah, man. What the heck?
because they're
How are you going
losing.
to see Christopher Nolan's?
Wait. They're losing so many subscribers
Right.
that they cut it in half for the next 6 months if you're sign up. So I'm canceling it so I don't pay $14, so I can pay $7 for 6 months.
Okay.
So I'll give you guys my code right. So
Sounds good. We're not getting an
Well,
HBO
just go ahead and
Max.
tell us right now.
I haven't done it yet.
Oh, okay. Let us know.
Ends this month.
on the podcast.
That's what I'm watching. So it's kind of what if is like I forget it's on and then I'm like, oh,
I don't even know what the show you're talking about is. What is it?
see
Yeah, what is that?
the Jason the Jason Momoa Jason Momoa Apple Plus. You know, it's
They're all blind.
The whole world is blind, and then there's some kids that are born with eyesight. It takes place in the future. It's
Oh, like S-E-E.
yeah,
Oh,
not like
okay.
Spanish.
The
C.
letter
Well, you say
C.
Jason Momoa, and
Si,
I say
senor.
S-E-A. That's what I'm thinking in my mind.
Oh, see. And then we're watching Ted Lasso also.
You're not done with that?
Season 2.
No, season 2.
On dogs? Yeah, man, you guys move slow.
Well, it's
not out
I'm
yet.
banging
It's not
out
out
in one
yet.
night, dude. Boom, 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 boom.
It's not
One
out yet.
season in one day. Easy. Done.
Yeah, but they release them
moves
every week. It's season 2.
Yeah.
Anyways,
30 minutes.
I'll catch up on
Watch
What
the
If this week.
It was a good episode. I enjoyed it. I thought the Tony Stark voice actor did a good job. Thought he sounded.
Yeah, not bad.
I guess he did a lot of like cartoon stuff as Tony Stark also. So
Yeah. What?
I just was reminded
Thinking
of
about
the
nuts.
What?
Just thinking about nuts.
I just reminded of his roast. Made me laugh.
Of his roast.
Like his beef or what?
Not meat.
Jeez. All right, what else do we got to
Yeah,
talk
what else you
about?
guys
For what if
What else you guys
we
got,
wanted to talk
Chuckles?
about Disney Gallery, right, Jupe?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't talked about it yet, so
Well, let's talk
I mean,
about
that's
it.
kind of everyone has watched it, right?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
You haven't watched it?
No.
Why not?
Because I knew you guys didn't watch What If.
Nice.
Well, it's been out for like 3 weeks, so. Well, never mind,
Well,
guys.
now we can't do it. Let's end
All right, guys. Well, that's the end of the podcast.
Yeah. Check us out on Instagram,
Hey.
Facebook.
Hey.
You're going to talk about it. How was it?
It's good. I think we had mentioned that it's just behind the scenes of, it's called Disney Gallery, and it's on Disney Plus, obviously, and it's behind the scenes of the Mandalorian season finale. So it's how they figured out who they were going to put in and stuff. It's really awesome. Like just talking to Mark Hamill and the actors and directors, Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, talking about how they wanted to put Luke in it. I don't know. For me, it's one of my favorite Star Wars things they've released in a long time because it's just like they get it.
Yeah.
It's about dang time they start putting respect on the name, okay? They went to his house, okay? And they go in and they have a chat with him and they bring the papers of, hey, this is what we're going to do with Luke. Are you okay with that? And ask his permission, dude. And he's like, heck yeah, and let's do it. And dude, that's what you do, man. You go to the man, the myth, the legend, and you say, hey, are we doing him justice? And he says yes. And I think they actually did a really good job of that deep fake, actually. When I look back at it, pretty freaking good. Obviously, there's mistakes, but like, dude, I saw Corridor Digital's version. I honestly still like Disney's version a little bit better.
Their version, like,
There's a scary.
yeah.
There's just like wide-eyed and like...
And
Maybe he's on meth
the
or
wig
something.
that they got was weird.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
if they had a better wig, it would have looked a
Yeah,
little bit
true. But they need to combine forces.
better. They do. If you guys don't watch Corridor Digital stuff, they do a lot of awesome content.
But yeah, dude, I just loved like how much care they put in the character, making sure they just like did everything right. And obviously Dave Filoni's a freaking pimp. But like, dude, it's awesome, man. I love seeing all that, man. So good.
Yeah, just hearing them talk about it, like Dave Filoni's like, who's the only person in the whole galaxy that people would be okay with Grogu going with? He's like, it has to be
Mace
Luke.
Windu.
There's nobody else. Like, it makes sense that it has to be Luke. And I think it's interesting that they're like, because you kind of get Dave Filoni and then you've got Favreau, and they're like, when you know that we're both aligned on an idea, you know it's a good idea. Because I'm sure they butt heads a lot. I think I've actually heard behind the scenes stuff that they're like, kind of like butt heads a little bit, which I can see. But yeah, I just think it's
Good
like,
to get Favreau out of there and put Dave Filoni in charge.
but yeah, so,
Yes. That's what he sounds like.
but yeah, just hearing them talk about that, I think was super interesting. And like you're saying, like this, them talking to Mark Hamill and Mark Hamill talking about like, oh yeah, I heard that they were going to start doing like maybe some young Luke stuff. And, you know, I was kind of okay. Like, okay,
He was interested
I'm
in seeing
done.
who they
He's
got.
like, I'm interested to see that. I'm accepting that I'm done with this role, but for them to be like, no, like we want you to do this.
Yeah.
It was pretty interesting.
I mean, that just is like, okay, then do a series. You can get the actor that you got to play Luke and do it. I'd be okay with a deep fake his face.
I don't know about
Give
that.
me a series. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm with you, bro.
I imagine
But
they're-
hey, no
yeah.
one, they're not gonna. It's too expensive, man.
Yeah, but
It's really expensive.
I mean,
you can't do
just
that.
have a ton
that
of
was
shots
just
from
one
behind.
little scene of him saying like
him talking to Grogu.
That's it. That was it. They spent so much time doing that crap, man.
Hey,
They
once-
should
once-
hire a Sebastian
as-
Stan.
as years pass,
Once-
it becomes more. It becomes cheaper and more like easier to
like-
do.
It's
So
like
I just
using a model that's like puppeted up, right? It's movable and all this stuff. Like when it comes to like 3D animation, once they get to that point where it's just plug and play and like it just is an overlay on an actor's face and it automatically just calculates what words and what emotions to portray.
yeah, sometimes.
Oof,
dude,
bruh,
all the
that'd be crazy.
all the deep fake
also
stuff
scary.
was super interesting. Like I like how they kind of went into being like, yeah, at some point this is going to be like super good. And we've talked about like maybe at some point there's going to be like stamps on videos that are like, this is deep fake. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they talked about that.
Or even the fact that his voice is a robot.
Yeah.
It's literally a recording of millions and millions of words that Luke has said. They put it into a computer and the computer spits it out in Luke's voice, which is insane.
That technology is actually older than deep faking.
But that's still it's still crazy.
But that's
called
the
voice faking.
That's the point. That's the point we want deep faking to be
Right.
at, actually. Yeah, it's so cool.
I gotta say, looking at like, because they talk about, oh well, what Luke's your Luke? They're like, you might have a picture in your mind of what Luke looks like,
Right.
And it is crazy how different Mark Hamill's face looks throughout
because
all
of the
the
car
movies because of the
accident.
car accident,
Yeah.
but also like different lighting. Like he just looks completely different. So I'm like, yeah, I can understand why the deep fake looked a little janky to some people because he looks completely different across three
That
different
just
movies.
goes to show you that your face changes after you kiss your sister.
Is that what happens?
Yeah, because after
Leia.
he kissed Leia,
Yeah.
his face just got
cut that.
his face just got jacked up.
We're gonna cut that. Yeah. And start.
But yeah, it was a super cool episode. I also like seeing the director
Peyton Reed.
Reed, talking about like, man, there's a lot of pressure. Like I'm super excited, or just the fact that they were like, the guys that were like all the VFX guys are like, can I finally say this? Luke Skywalker. Like we were forbidden to even speak.
I love that they thought it was Plo Koon.
Yeah, that's
I was
awesome,
like, come, and they had like the fake art that was Plo Koon. I was like,
Yeah, so they did a 3D rendering of him and everything on top of his body. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just to throw
that
people
made
off.
me want to be like, hey, can Plo Koon survive? Can we have him show up?
well, I think it's funny that like people that Dave Filoni's aware of his reputation, like online, that he's like, yeah,
Because he loves Plo Koon.
Because people will totally think that I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm going to bring Plo Koon back from the dead because I love him so much. Because people do that all the time with like, oh, Dave Filoni doesn't kill his characters, or he's going to bring him back. Oh, Ahsoka, he's bringing her back. But yeah, just the fact that he's like, yeah, people will totally buy this if it ever leaks. So yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I think even like the script's like, Plo Koon, it's true. He is indeed alive, or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was an awesome episode. When the first round came out and they didn't have the last episode, I was like disappointed, but I'm glad they followed up. And
I wonder why they. Well, I guess.
well, I think it's just
want
like
it
you
to get
don't want to have
spoiled.
anything to leak.
Dude,
It's crazy it didn't leak.
it's really crazy. And it's just so cool. Like I got a little emotional during it. Because I was just like, it's just so cool to see like how much this stuff means to people. Like the way they're talking about R2D2 and the way they treat him.
Yeah.
It's just like, for me, it's not this way. But like for a lot of people, he is this really like iconic character for them. And they do have to treat him with a lot of respect, and they need to be careful of how they use him and what context. It's just so cool seeing Luke and him there. Ah, it's so dope, dude. I love that episode so much.
I will say the thing about, like, I've seen people complain about the music. Like, they're like, oh, we'll do the scene with the Force theme throughout. And I'm like, that's not as good.
When it hits.
Because, and they even talk about it in the show that they're like, hey, this is the first time in the show you're going to hear the Force theme. And it's when Luke appears at that moment.
Yeah.
So it's like the build up with what's I forget his name, the composer for Mandalorian.
Aronson or something.
Goranson.
Ludwig Göransson.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Like it's a different score, and then he weaves in at the end when Luke finally shows up and reveals you get the Force theme. I think that's way more powerful. And like they think about these things, it's like we're not going to play the Force theme before that. Like it's when you get Luke, you're treating him with respect, and the other ones like these, you know, big ones that's like, it's just like, hey, let me just hit you over the head with, oh, it's the Force theme. It's going to play the whole time, but it's like it does a disservice to the episode.
Well, that kind of seems like it's jumping the gun. If they do it anyway.
Exactly, yeah.
That wouldn't fit.
That's the thing that drives me nuts. If you go on Twitter or social media, you see like everybody, there's like 10 different guys that are like, I changed the music out. It's so much better.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not better.
It's not.
Because what you're doing is, the whole point of that whole thing was we all knew it was Luke, but we didn't know. Like, it was never confirmed. Like, a lone X-Wing, right? And so everyone's like, oh my gosh. Like, you see the X-Wing come in. it has to be Luke, right? And then you see the gloved hand and all this stuff, the green lightsaber, everything. But they never show the face. So they're still like pulling you along.
build-up.
They're pulling you along with that build-up anticipation. And then in the moment where you actually see him, then the theme hits. It just is perfectly done, as opposed to being like, lone X-Wing.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like, okay, like it doesn't fit the same.
Yeah.
And it drives me nuts, like seeing so many people that do that.
I could do it better.
Where they're like, oh, I changed the music to this. It fits so much better. It's like, no, it doesn't. Like, just stop. It doesn't.
Shut up.
Exactly.
Shut up. Yeah, that would definitely plateau the excitement. Like, it would go whoop, and it would just stay the same.
Yeah.
And then, you get the reveal, but you already know.
Yeah.
Because the music's already there. So it's like,
And I think the music is
Plateaus it.
awesome that they use for that.
music's huge.
Like the guitar kind of thing that comes in there.
Yeah, the slow build.
You know, and it's just like, it's perfect.
Yeah, man, that was such you guys were right. I really did enjoy that episode a lot.
Me too.
Well, no, just that episode, and then also the behind the scenes episode as well. Yeah, that was just really great. That was so cool, and the interaction, the collaboration between the young guy, the body actor, and then they also had him, what's his name,
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill, just walking
dressed up
through
too,
everything. He did everything. So they did this back and forth collaboration. Well, how would you do it? Oh, yeah, this way. Okay. And they're constantly coaching the body actor on how to fight. And even Mark Hamill has say in how he reveals his hood and how he stands and how he lights his saber and stuff like that. Like, dude, the attention to detail is awesome.
Or even like Filoni talking about well, technically he hasn't been trained. Like Luke hasn't.
Dude, that part was sick.
Did they really?
Yeah, people were like,
So stupid.
yeah,
So say what it is.
So basically he says, well, Luke's not going to be going through and killing everybody because he hasn't been trained officially in.
Well, he will. It just won't be as technical.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's not.
Technically sound.
he said
technique-
Ahsoka's a better
Sword fighter.
She's technically-
than Luke would be because she's
more
been
technical.
trained more.
She's more technical.
And people
Were
upset about
upset.
that?
Obviously, they're like, "Oh, Luke's not better than Luke's better than Ahsoka." You know, like
Well, he is, but just not at fighting with a sword.
So it's just like you just gotta keep in mind the reality of it. Ahsoka grew up in the Jedi Temple, being trained by Jedis in a
trained
war,
by Anakin.
And learning different styles
Yes.
as well.
And so it's like, to me, it's like, it's a no-brainer. Like, Luke's a farm boy. Like, he trained with Yoda for a little bit and didn't really train combat. It was more like using the Force, So it's just, it's that kind of stuff. It's like, people get upset about the silly
Yeah,
stuff.
I would. There's no competition. He's more powerful with the Force, but she does have that foot up, and that's so cool that he thought through that. And him bringing that up, I was like, oh yeah, that does make sense to me personally, because how else would he get technical training unless there's Force Ghost technical fighting?
Unless Plo Koon is alive. He's been training him on the side.
Yeah.
The other thing I thought was interesting was the whole Mandela effect, dude. I'm like, I remember his hood being black.
It's brown.
And they're like, that's
well,
brown.
it's also the lighting.
Right, yeah.
To
lighting,
be fair. The color grading is different on all of the the different editions as well. So the edition that we were watching it looked black.
Yeah.
Are you talking?
And Return of the
So,
Jedi, when he comes to the Jabba.
It's actually very brown.
Well, also
brown.
So he has
His cloak is cocoa
he has
brown.
two pieces to his clothing.
Yeah, and they're
he
not
has
matching.
They don't match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very brown.
Yeah.
Like cocoa brown, which is not what I remember. It is like Hershey's chocolate.
even in my mind, whenever I picture it in my mind, it's like, oh, he's wearing a black cloak also. You know what I mean? So,
Well, and the Lego minifigure is black too.
Yeah.
So
Well, and like I said, the color grading is black. It looks very, very dark. Yeah. And half the time he's in shadow. So,
yeah.
but that was cool. But they made it black, right? Like he was actually wearing black, or was it brown?
No, I don't remember
In
what they had decided.
the Mandalorian.
I can't remember what they ended up deciding because I think that was their we want to
Debate.
make it black, but it's technically brown.
I think they went
in
with
here.
black.
they started filming season 3, right? Of Mandalorian. I think I read that.
They
somewhere.
either started or they're about to start.
Because Obi-Wan finished
Yeah,
filming.
wrapped. Stranger Things wrapped shooting finally. Which I was like, what?
How long
They
have-
just wrapped?
Those kids are going to be in
gonna
college.
Exactly.
Bro, it's because like all 50% of it's going to be post.
That's true.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
just-
there's got to be a big time jump, I would think.
but no, what I'm saying is like post processing, like
Yeah.
rendering and stuff like that. They'll probably have to do like the monsters and stuff like that. So I bet that's all the heavy lifting right there, is all the graphics and stuff like that.
See, that's
But
why I like
how short was it? Was the filming?
Stranger Things?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they've been filming for like
Like what?
years, right?
Wait, really?
I mean, it's been like, how long has it been?
But the kids
2 or
changed
3 years.
over 3 years. Like actual actors change. These little kids are growing up so
I
fast.
know. Makes some sense. That's why I
Oh,
like
geez,
what
dude.
Star Wars is doing with filming in the void. The volume.
Entertainment in the
No, it's
void.
dope.
See, that's
I
why
love that.
DC, Warner Brothers should do the void. Then they have the volume. Other studios have different names for it. But Disney doing the volume is like you get stuff filmed so quickly. Like you can just put shows out.
Yeah, but it's not real, so it bothers me.
It looks great.
Yeah, I hate it. It's not real. It's not the way
I know. Yeah.
God intended us to watch
Yeah,
it.
it's if you watch a Christopher Nolan movie, it's like no visual effects, everything's practical, and that's just the way movies are meant to be made.
Some
And
movies
seen in
are.
theaters.
Yeah.
That's why Nolan's the greatest. the
I
GOAT.
think the best way would be to watch it in his basement. In his
absolutely.
in
I
his
think he'd
personal
agree.
Theater.
He probably
Yeah.
has a giant
Oh,
theater in his
guaranteed he
basement.
does. Yeah. That's the best.
No,
way
he
to
just
watch it.
goes. He owns an IMAX screen and he just watches it there on this
Yeah, it's in
studio
his
lot.
basement.
Probably on the studio
There's
lot.
one in his bathroom, one in his living room, one in his basement.
Wow, that's a big bathroom.
Yeah.
Nolan's the man.
I agree. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, I agree. I just feel like he should make his
You done screwed up, Warner Brothers.
dialogue more.
You done screwed up.
I don't know. Like I want to hear his dialogue instead of like.
That was bad.
That's not how it sounds.
Just the airplane, right? You're just talking about the airplane, right?
Every movie.
You're just talking about
Tenet
the
is hard to
airplane.
listen to too.
Okay. He said it.
That's fine. I mean, I don't know.
and
you
I,
gotta say about that?
Trying to get a reaction
I
from
am
me?
trying to get a rise out of you. I put subtitles on one time and it didn't let me because it was like Christopher Nolan doesn't want you to watch it with subtitles.
I was gonna
This
say-
isn't how I intended it.
I was gonna say
I was
even
like,
the
oh.
subtitles didn't even know what they were saying.
Muffle.
You put
blah,
the
blah, blah,
subtitles
blah.
on, and
Alright.
a little Nolan
pops up
and
shakes
goes.
his head.
No.
Why do you give Nolan a French accent?
Because he's, he's an artiste.
He's an artist. You must watch it the way I want you to.
No, France isn't going to sponsor us. Great.
Oh, country? Shoot.
They were at the top of our list.
Dang it.
Bummer.
Those are all of our deals gone.
Sorry, guys.
So that's a check, $1 million? Ripped up.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Well, guess since we don't have any sponsors anymore, we should probably end the show, huh?
That'll do it for us this week.
Yeah, we don't have any reviews to read. I want to hear that song again.
I'm sorry.
Let's read it.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, where
And I'm tired of asking people to review. Obviously, they don't want to.
I will say-
obviously, they
here-
don't want to give
I
us a
will say
review.
this. I will
So
say-
I'm not going to ask anymore.
I will say this. It is hard to do a review. It is not
It's not
like
that hard.
It is.
You
Go
guys
ahead,
suck.
Do it.
Review.
I can do it right now.
Like it's not. It should be a button.
It is a button.
Just be
Look
a
at-
button.
It's a button.
I'm
It's
pulling
not
my
a
phone
button,
out.
dude.
I'm going to podcasts.
Yeah.
Apple Podcasts.
Yeah. Go ahead and walk us.
I'm
through
gonna
it.
find-
Show me.
Nerd Age Podcast.
Yes.
Oh, wait. I
Okay,
need
yeah.
to go to the actual show.
Oh
not
shoot.
the-
See, we already have complications here, folks. So he's going to Apple
Oh, he could-
Podcast. Yeah. So you skipped the whole part before that.
What? You just go to the show.
Show me it.
Okay.
See,
This is great for an audio podcast.
Amen,
look, see?
brother. Imagine opening cards.
Library. Scroll down. Nerd Age.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
next week we're going to be
Scroll down
opening
more.
cards.
Oh yeah, Jonah,
Write
tell
a
him about
review.
it.
No, no, get out of here. I had a fun idea to do, and now we're not doing it.
Okay,
do it
so
next
Jonah,
I'm down, bro. I'm down to do it.
Hey,
So-
thanks for listening,
no,
guys.
No.
No.
Ask a question. Say, hey guys,
Leave a review and ask us.
Jonah's gonna get some. What are they? Some sci-fi cards?
No, okay, listen. Okay.
No, I'm asking the audience.
I watched a guy that was like, hey, I ordered these random 50 cards, 50 packs of just vintage trading cards. It can be from TV shows. It can be Knight Rider. It can be whatever.
Sports?
No sports.
Okay,
it's
so
all like TV shows, Star Trek cards,
So it's like
just
movies and
random
TV shows.
vintage stuff. And so I was like, oh, that would be cool to order some and then just open it on the podcast. And then each one of us can just grab random and be like, oh, I got this deck of cards, and then kind of open them and be like, oh, what'd you get? And then be like, oh, a Leonard Nimoy.
And then
card.
we have to guess. I'm like, hey guys, you guys are never gonna guess this
Yeah,
show.
there's many
I
things
can't
you can
wait.
do.
Let's
right?
do it.
But no.
So what do you guys
Before the
think? Do
show,
you think
I
that's
said,
a good idea?
Before the show, I said, hey guys, I had this idea of doing this, and then I was shot down.
By who?
Because no one
I just-
can see it. This is a listening means, and people can see
Yes.
You
it.
can
I think
post the
so. You
pictures
know what,
on
guys?
Instagram afterwards.
Anyways.
Anyway, let's
I
hear-
can't wait, guys. Next week's gonna be so much fun.
All right, let's
We're
hear
doing it. We're gonna do it.
We're going to do it, but let's
Anyway.
hear it. What do you guys think? You guys think it should be on Instagram or think it should be on the podcast? Let us know in the comments.
It can be on
below. Amen, brother.
We'll open them here, post it on Instagram afterwards.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, can't wait.
Well,
I hope
check
I
us
get
out.
Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah, where can you find it? Where
Check
can
us
people
out on
find us?
Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, YouTube, Nerd Age Podcast. Yeah, thanks
Look
for
on
listening.
Instagram for those pictures of the car.
Yeah, for next week.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.